Hey y'all, I'm Ashleen Seitz. I am a writer, a coach, and a goofball, and I am here today to talk about editing for descriptor words. And I'm excited! I love descriptor words, guys. Descriptor words are the color in your black and white photograph. They are the seasoning on your taco. Guys, my Hey Google or my Google Home just responded to what we're talking about. I don't know what it was about, but I just need you to know that. Okay, so descriptor words are the seasoning on your taco. And it's just the way that you communicate how you feel in a situation or how someone else felt in a situation or how the thing went. Oh my goodness. You can say, you can just describe it. You can say, I went to the mall and I bought a shirt and then I came home. Or you can say, I went to my hometown mall and bought a shirt that probably would look good on a 12-year-old unicorn, and then I came home and I went to bed. Okay, so I added the went to bed. That's another actually detail thing, but I'm still laughing about Google Home. That's awesome. That's what she said. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, anyway, descriptor words are the way that you convey how you felt in the situation or how the other person felt. And I know I said that, but it's just so important to be able to say, this is what I'm meaning, not just this is what happened, but this is what I mean. Now, I will have to say to start off that Grammarly, which I use as an editor, basic editor, they do not like my descriptor words, my adjectives especially. They will underline them and say, this is not necessary. I disagree, Grammarly. Now, if I'm writing a business thing, I might take most of them out, but I still usually leave one or two just because I want them to know how I feel. I want them to know what kind of person I am. Maybe not if it's a contract. I don't know. I think I've thrown some contracts too. Why not? It's fine. So your editor or your editing software might say, you don't need this. And just check, okay? It's a gut check. It's just, is this the appropriate situation? So that's actually point number one. Use what's appropriate for whatever project you're doing or whatever you're writing. You're writing an email. Maybe it's a business email to your boss. You probably, if you have a formal relationship, you probably don't want to use the word adorable in this business email on the statistics of how your company's doing this year. You might not want to, but you might want to use the word thorough. We did a thorough check instead of we did a check. Okay, so using those adjectives, using the things that create that picture for people in their minds. And yeah, but then throw in adorable on all your tweets and all your text messages and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely throw it in there. Whatever you want. So that's number one, use what's appropriate. Number two, don't repeat if possible, at least for 2 to 3 paragraphs. I say this because in blogging, when you're especially, or in books and book chapters, when you're trying to write on one topic, it can be really easy to use the word comfortable many times because that's what you're conveying. But you need to use synonyms. Thesaurus.com is your friend. You need to use synonyms, or you need to just understand that you've used that for the one paragraph. You need to wait a couple of paragraphs before you can bring it back. The exceptions to that are if you're trying to make a point and be funny about it. I'm having a comfortable nap, and then I'm having a comfortable meal, and then I'm putting on my comfortable pair of pants, and then so on and so forth. And you're trying to be, you're trying to be funny about it. That's a different story. Or if you are using keywords and your descriptor words are in your keywords. Now, that's a little tricky because when you use keywords, you want to use what people are searching for, right? So if I said, actually I did this recently. One of my keywords was happiness in the holidays. So happiness is not really a great keyword unless you think someone's going to search for happiness in the holidays. They're probably more likely to say, how can I be happy in the holidays? But that's a clunky title and a clunky keyword. So you have to kind of split the difference there and figure out what are people actually going to search for in your keywords, and adjectives often aren't it. Unless it's cute or adorable. Those two, cute cats, adorable puppies, those two kind of work no matter what for keywords. So don't repeat if possible, but there are exceptions. And then the last thing is just think of it, like I said, taco seasoning. Italian spices, just think of it as you're just sprinkling them in, not all over the place. You don't want to just cover the entire lasagna in an inch of garlic, right? I mean, well, garlic's a bad example. It's really hard to have too much garlic. Oregano. You don't want to cover the whole lasagna in an inch of oregano. You just want it in there, seasoning everything else, bringing out the flavor of all the other words. Use it like that, and you will nail it every time. Okay, what are you reading this week? I want to hear about it. Let me know. What am I reading? I just bought for a freelance project. One of my people I'm working for mentioned a book called Writing That Works by Roman and Rafelson. I'm guessing. I don't know. And I'd been meaning to read this book for a while, but I hadn't started. And it's very practical. It's about communicating well in business, and it's older. I think the third edition came out in 2000. So I imagine it's from the 70s is my guess, but it's still, it's to the point. It's pretty great. They talk about descriptors and what you should use and shouldn't use and that kind of thing. So I'm excited to keep reading that. I just started it, see how it goes. And I hope you come back, you subscribe, you come back next week for more editing stuff.